411 to see if you qualify. Again, 800-398-9411.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
All right, great friends, what's happening? Yo, it is Monday afternoon. It is June 20th. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man, and we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. So for everybody that is watching on YouTube, you guys know, I always say, you're the heart and soul of what we do around here. Make sure you subscribe, you comment, you like, make sure you do all of that kind of stuff on YouTube. For everybody that's watching on television tonight, okay, be prepared. I just want to say that. Be prepared. There will be some content that we will show you today in the form of a still photograph that may be considered extremely graphic. Okay, yes.
I gagged when I pulled it up earlier.
When nobody gave me any warning. Nobody said you're about to see something that might make you throw up. I'm warning everybody watching on Cox Your View. There could be some content in the form of a still photograph that is coming. That could be, you have seen it. That could be considered graphic. Stay tuned for that.
Nobody's seen it on a 40-inch screen like I did earlier.
Yeah.
And the detail in it was disgusting. Like I almost threw up.
Right. So YouTubers, I didn't want to give you a warning. I want you to be shocked. TV people on Cox Your View, I'm giving you the fair warning. Those listening on radio on 1090, you're going to have to come to the YouTube show or tonight. Alex, you're looking at it.
I didn't mean to. I minimized the window. It was right there. Blah.
Tonight, you're watching on television, 7 to 8 p.m. You might see this picture. You might run into this picture. And then everybody who's listening on audio podcasts, whenever you're listening, just come to the YouTube show and just know that it's segment 2 of the YouTube show. You may see something that might gross you out completely.
When did I see
this
picture?
The picture?
When you took it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's gross. Okay, right.
I got it unprompted too, so I wasn't ready for it.
All right, so let me say this. Before we hit the first break, Browner said, I want to talk about Father's Day. So do I. I also want to talk about Manny Machado's injury because I think it's the biggest story going today. What I also find so interesting about the fact that Tatis is out, obviously, and we've talked about how impressed we are that the Padres have played first-place caliber baseball without Tatis. Now you have no Tatis and no Machado. And you never had Tatis, so Machado carried you. Now you don't have the guy that's been carrying you. That I want to get to that. But by the same token, at the exact same time, the Dodgers find themselves Walker Buehler hurt, best pitcher out. And now their best overall player, Mookie Betts, has a self-inflicted broken rib injury. And so this is really an incredible time when you consider what's all these different storylines that are going on around the baseball teams that we all talk about and watch and cover. So I want to get into that. You guys want to start with Father's Day? Because you see, Browner, I'm looking at Alex right now, and he's got on that black sweatshirt and his white T-shirt underneath, and he looks like a priest. Mm-hmm. So maybe we start with Father's Day, and then we get to Manny Machado.
All right.
So Alex,
you go first.
Alex, Father's Day. You said you have a big reveal, Father Padilla.
Mm-hmm.
You look like a Catholic priest on the show today. Mm-hmm. What is it? Can you reveal what you got going on here? Because I think I know what you got going on.
I think everybody knows what I got going on. It's time to pay that man.
Oh, hell to the year.
Time to pay that man, even though he has COVID right now. Get well soon, Joe. We miss you. Yeah. Pay that man. I got it in Friday afternoon. And I was like, all right, let's rock it on the show on Monday, even though Joe's got COVID. Here we go.
Oh, my God. Look at this. Beautiful. Oh, you got the 3/4 length baseball tee.
Yep.
Oh, with the black chest and the white sleeve. Is that the same one that Afi Lopez got and he posted on social media? Yeah. Oh, dude.
I haven't done 3/4 in a while, but yeah.
That is
I love a good 3/4 shirt.
That's a beautiful piece right there. Pay that man. Pay that man. Nice. And did you get the 20% savings because you bought it during that Father's Day special, or did you pay full price?
I think I got it during the 20%.
God,
speaking of which.
Yeah. Speaking of which.
I think I have to look this up.
Yeah.
Just today, there's a special.
Come on, another special?
Hold on.
This company that we're working
No,
with,
not
I don't
today.
even.
How are you supposed to make any
It's
money?
coming up. It's coming up. It's coming up.
I don't know the name of this company. I don't know what website it is. It's not important. But the fact that these guys do this is so great. I mean, it makes things so easy. All it is this. We have a website, kaplanandcrew.com. We decided we wanted to get into the merch world. Me and Browner did it old school. Well, me and Browner ordered T-shirts, brought in boxes, packaged them up, sent them out. We lost a ton of money. It was a mess. Alex here is a genius who comes up with, there's a third-party website. We can design them whenever we want them, tell them what to do, link it on our website. They sell them, they ship them, they make them. We make a couple bucks. I love this idea. This is fun, man. Pay that.
It is fun. So yeah, I got mine. I thought it was going to be a special today, but it's not. But I know there's another one coming up. It's like a flash 24-hour day special. But when it does, I'll let everybody know. But it's not today.
I like how I got mines.
I got mines, man.
Yeah.
I got mines.
For everybody that's watching on TV right now, can you just show everybody the website real quick? And then this way, everybody's like, I want one of those, especially because, Alex, I must tell you, and Browner, I don't know if you'll concur or not. Alex is a model. I mean, the man is a model. All right, Alex is showing it to you right now for all you guys watching on TV. All you have to do is just go to our website. Yeah, there it is. Pay that man. See, that looks so rad.
It looks great, man. That sure looks great. It looks good on you too.
I actually don't have the one on the screen. If you notice, this one has yellow 44, and we got copyrighted. I got the limited edition brown 44. The Padres copyrighted us for these numbers right here. So, yeah. So it's there, available.
Dope. Nice. kaplanandcrew.com. Click on the shop. That's awesome.
Shout out to the Padres for watching the show.
Yeah. So Browner, so we started with Father's Day, and you could see Alex's little ring up at his neck. So now that he's revealed, and we can see he's got the Pay That Man baseball tee. What did you want to say about Father's Day? I'm curious. Happy Father's Day to you, belated.
Sucks. It sucks.
Father's Day sucks.
It's terrible. Sucks. Sucks, man. Listen, the kids.
Somebody didn't get a good gift.
No, it's not about that. No, see, this is the wrong. See, now I knew somebody on this show was going to stoop to that. It's not about me. It's not about me. You know, every place I drove around, there was no wait. There was no wait. Every store I went in wasn't crowded. There wasn't a section of stuff gone because it was dedicated to fathers. Dudes, the daddy, because again, I'm fairly new to this, so I'm learning some of these things at the ground level. Our day of celebration, it sucks, man. We need to get with some companies and we need to jive this thing up. Because on Mother's Day, you can't get a brunch nowhere. You can't get flowers nowhere. You can't get nothing nowhere until like 3 o'clock on Mother's Day. On Father's Day, you get everything all the time, like ain't nothing happening. Yeah. I was very upset as I was driving around, looking around, going, where's all the respect for the dads?
It is so funny you're saying this, because last night I flew in. I landed in San Diego at like 6 o'clock. My kids, all 4 of them, picked me up from the airport, right?
See, it's the kids.
So they picked me up from the airport, and my plan was to take them to the waterfront. I'm like, guys, this is the oldest bar in San Diego. They got the best slider burgers in town. We're all going to go there. So we go, and I'm looking out front because they've got those street side tables. And I'm like, let's just grab that table. So I wind up talking to the guy at the door, and I'm like, yo, do I need to I'm going to take this table. He goes, well, can I see everybody's ID? I'm like, for what? Because we're going to sit out here at the table. He's like, well, I still need to see everybody's ID. I'm like, well, you want my 16-year-old daughter's ID here, pal? And he's like, well, no, you can't sit down then. I'm like, wait, it's not a restaurant on the street and a bar inside? He's like, no, the whole place is a bar. You have to be 21 for us to serve you anything. I'm like, even slider burgers? He's like, well, not if you want them to go. So I was like, no, I don't want them to go. I want to eat them here. And they got the bomb sliders. And so, and I'll tell you right now, I would have left, but I had just paid $20 to freaking park. So I went to this parking lot. I paid $20 to park. Now I'm over here where I want the sliders. Can't get the sliders. So now I got to walk
slide to another restaurant.
So you know what we did? We went from waterfront, where they wouldn't serve us, to
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack, yes, Shake Shack.
What's going on in this world when a nice white Jewish family can't get into a place to eat?
Well, that's what I was looking at the guy like, come on, man.
Well, he didn't decide the liquor license.
Yeah, but you mean to tell me you can't serve burgers outside on the street? That's violating.
Not at a bar. If your liquor license says you need to be 21 to get in there.
Yeah. So me and my kids, we went around the corner to Shake Shack. Guys, take a guess what it costs for a family of 5
Ooh,
to
at
eat
Shake
at
Shack?
Shake Shack. I've only been to Shake Shack one time. I've never been there before. Didn't know how much their burgers were. Burgers $10. I didn't think that was terrible. But you take 5 people.
$83.
Okay, it's a good guess. Good
Mhm.
guess.
You're approaching
I'm-
100.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Dude,
Yes.
so figure it like this: 5 burgers, 5 fries,
5 sodas.
probably 5 shakes. Everybody decided it was Father's Day. We were all having shakes. And then, of course, I had to try their chicken nuggets to compare them to Chick-fil-A. So 5 burgers, 5 shakes, 5 fries, a little chicken nugget thing. How much for a family of 5? Shake Shack.
It's definitely it's definitely past 80 something.
I think you're like about $97, $98.
Yeah, dude, you nailed it. You nailed
Yeah.
it. Crushed it. I mean,
Yeah.
like right on. Couldn't be
Yeah.
more right on. $97.
God.
Good God, man. Plus $20 for parking.
Ugh.
Plus $4,000 for gas.
Did you? So to Browner's point, I'm assuming you also paid
Of
on
course.
Father's Day.
Oh yeah,
Right.
dude. Like,
Sucks.
I know.
No Father's Day discount. They see you in here breaking your back,
Right.
paying for
Oh
God.
goodness,
sounds like
please
me.
stop. Yeah, please stop.
Oh.
Please stop.
Told y'all, man,
Just
it's gonna be
mute
a rough
yourself
one.
and clear your throat.
You rough, man. Gotta drink some of this water.
Yo,
All right, listen.
You yesterday on a fatherless Father's Day.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Don't worry about nothing. Don't need to worry about what I'm getting. Don't need to worry about where I'm going. Don't need to worry about what I get. Nothing. Just sat down, watched a little F1 in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Took the dog out to the park.
Mm-hmm.
This is a normal Sunday.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I must have sent out. I mean, I sent out a ton of messages to people who I think, are great dads. I'm sure I missed some along the way, but I sent out some messages to people yesterday because I think that like Father's Day to me, especially when you really love being a father, like all of a sudden it takes on a whole different meaning. Like when you're a kid and like your dad, you're like, yeah, whatever, it's Father's Day. Here, dad, here's a tie, here's a pair of socks, But when you are the dad, I don't know, man, you take a lot of pride in Father's Day. I don't know what exactly it is, but I don't know, man. I was glad to celebrate yesterday.
Happy
I was
Father's
glad
Day yesterday.
Yeah, and happy Juneteenth yesterday too, Browner.
Shout out.
Right on. All right, listen. Let me have 1 minute.
Juneteenth got more respect than Father's Day did, to be perfectly honest with you, and I'm proud of that.
Okay, maybe it should. Hey, quick shout out to our people from West Coast BBQ Shop. I was saying earlier in the show, and this is on the pre-roll of the podcast version, but I was saying that I see my man Brian Bushfield on social media, and I don't know if you guys are following Brian, but man, it looks like a week later he is still just sort of glowing on the success of Eggfest. And I saw Chef David Rose. What's the name of what's he on, Alex? Is it the Food Network or one of those channels dedicated to like all those cooking shows?
Yeah.
And Chef David Rose was like, yeah, dude, it was bomb. And it was. I mean, you get a celebrity TV chef in town for what is a tailgate party in a parking lot. The guy has like no pretense at all. He's like, Brian, thing was awesome. And it was. So if you missed Eggfest and you're looking for a big grain egg, if you're looking for any of the accessories that go with it, if you're thinking about an Italian pizza oven, or Alex has what's called a Napoleon grill, or anything else really related to the grilling season, West Coast BBQ Shop is San Diego's top premier barbecue shop. And if Chula Vista is not close to you, I'm telling you right now, you can just buy everything online, westcoastbbqshop.com, westcoastbbqshop.com. All right. So this weekend, though, the big story, at least for San Diego sports fans, here the Padres are playing first place caliber baseball. Manny Machado is really carrying the offense. And this past weekend, hustling, trying to beat out. I know Manny's, reputation is he doesn't like to hustle all the time. But I mean, giving it everything he's got, reaches out for first base. And like, I don't know if I'd call it like slid. In other words, his foot, rather than his toe touching the front of the bag, which is how, that's how you beat throws, is your toe touches the front of the bag, not your heel touches the back of the bag. He missed it. And he slid. His spike slid. And when he turned his ankle, I don't know about you guys, my first thought was that looks
broken,
like Dak Prescott bad, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I didn't even. Ugh. I thought that was the last we see of him this year. I really did. It looked that bad to me initially.
Yeah.
This is exactly the thing that we were talking about. We've been trying to explain to Browner for this whole season and all last season. These are the things that happen to Padres fans year in, year out, that you're like, they start snowballing on you and they pile on. Whether it's you got the Joe Musgrove COVID list news on Friday, Mackenzie Gore struggles Friday. You're about to get swept. Machado gets hurt in the first inning. Tatis gets set back and set back and set back. These are the things that we're talking about with Browner that continue to happen to the Padres year in and year out, which is just like a brutal, like, gut punch every single time something happens, because we've already discussed it. Tatis is out for at least the All-Star break, and now Machado's out at best by the All-Star break. You're like, that was a brutal. Yeah, thankfully he didn't break it, but that was a brutal looking injury.
We got to get Dr. David Chow back on the show because I went to their website, sicscore.com, to immediately see what he was going to say about this injury. And he's got all kinds of coverage of it up there. He's got the coverage of that injury, and he's got the coverage of the Mookie Betts injury also. But see, Browner, this is what Alex and I have been telling you. This is why we're not getting excited. Because, yeah, they're playing first place baseball, and the record is not that different right now than it was a year ago. But little things start to happen to the Padres. They didn't lose Kim or Cronenworth. They already lost Myers. Nobody batted an eye. If they would have lost Hosmer, nobody would have cared. All I'm saying to you is they didn't lose a guy. They lost the guy after they'd already never really had the guy. They got two the guys, and both of the guys are now both out. And look at the numbers. Go ahead, Alex. The numbers for Machado so far this year.
So he leads the Padres in every one of these categories. His average is the highest, 328, the most home runs with 12, the most RBIs with 46, the highest on base percentage at 400, and his WAR, which you guys don't believe in, but baseball people do, it's 4, which is not only the highest in baseball. I mean, it's not only the highest for the Padres, it's the highest in all of baseball. That stat means he's the most irreplaceable player in all of baseball at this moment.
Wow.
And now we are about to replace him, because in professional sports, next man up, that's the deal. Period. As a great man once said, do your job. That's it. That's it. Call Robinson Cano. Get him back up here. Let him
Robinson
stand
Cano.
at third. Yeah.
No,
Or
no.
CJ Abrams.
Yeah,
They're moving
CJ
30.
Abrams.
It's Kim to third, Abrams at short. That's what they're gonna do. Abrams is gonna get a shot.
Yeah,
But just
let's rock and roll.
let's just pause for a
I
second.
like how Browner's like, wait, hold on, no.
Yeah. Let's marinate. Let's slow down.
No, dude, no.
Dude,
You're
no,
talking about an MVP candidate. You're talking about the Padres' best player this season. And you're just like, oh yeah, just bring him up. Bring up Robinson Cano. Bring up CJ. What are you talking about, dude? This is a severe, major blow to the Padres. I don't care what way you look at it. You are ridiculous if you're just like, next man up, no big deal. Call the next guy up.
Wait,
Call
time
CJ
out.
Abrams, who's hitting 180. Okay.
But time out. You thought going into this season, you've got Machado at third and you've got Tatis at short, and you may have the best side, that side of the infield in all of Major League Baseball. It's right there amongst the best. Okay. And you've not had Tatis for one game, not one at bat this whole season. And now Machado, not by any fault of his own, but now he's gone. Your two best players, your two biggest investments. Oh, and by the way, investment number 3, Will Myers out in right field. Not that he matters anymore, but he's already out. So 3 of your big 4, if you will, 3 of your 4 pieces that you've put all your money into, 3 of the 4 of them are gone. Listen, I understand what you're saying. Next man up, give CJ Abrams a shot. Look, he may be able to come up and play big league defense, but there's nobody on the Padres right now, nobody that can replace Manny Machado's bat. Nobody.
Again, let me retort. Okay? I came under severe attack because of my statement. I want to be very clear on this show, okay? Because I don't want to miss no words up. This team, this is a special year. The leadership and the statistical marvel that Manny Machado has been for the San Diego Padres that has been fantastic. I'm not saying that they don't need him and he can be easily replaced. What I'm saying is put the next man in there and let's keep this train chugging along the tracks, because this year, what have I been saying over and over and over? They're winning with pitching and timely hitting. Now, the problem is Machado was providing those timely hits. So it's time for guys to piecemeal this thing together and single people to death. Whatever it takes. 2-1, 2-3, 3-2, whatever
But you know
it
what,
takes.
though? Brown, is I think what Alex started with this was these are the battle scars that we've always said we have that you don't have, that you still have all this great Padre optimism. As you talk about losing Machado and never having Tatis and Myers already being out, now you've got Mackenzie Gore, who's had 2 starts that he doesn't look right. I will tell you this. We've already seen the best. We've already seen the best of Blake Snell. The best of Blake Snell is behind. Seriously, like Blake Snell is not what people had hoped he would be. So
that could be true.
Now you got other problems, besides just Manny and Fernando being out. All right, Alex, I want you to jump in on this because I know you got a lot to say. Stick around, everybody. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Whether you're watching on TV, YouTube, listening on radio, on audio podcast, stay with us. I know Alex wants to jump back in here. I think Browner, he don't have those battle scars. We'll keep it going. Stick around. This is Kaplan.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Rome comes home. Yes, I said it. You can now catch the Jim Rome Show Monday through Friday, noon until 3 p.m. on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. Back to San Diego, where it all started, on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Please welcome in tax attorney Adam Brewer. Adam, thanks so much for joining us again on Main Street Living.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to be back.
So, of course, we have more tax questions for you. First of all, what are the types of business entities that business owners can use?
Yeah, I had a feeling you'd ask this question. So this time of year, this is when, business owners probably just got handed a pretty big tax bill. And so naturally, the next question is, how can they save taxes? How can they save on taxes? And so that's where these business entities really, they may come in. So yeah, what we're looking at is corporations or limited liability companies, more commonly called LLCs. So definitely by using either a corporation or an LLC, business owners may be able to really save on taxes. For the most part, when we talk about tax savings, we're looking at like an S Corp election. And so again, an LLC can do that, a corporation can do that. But the net result is you want to save on what's called self-employment tax. So for 2022, a business owner is going to, by default, pay self-employment tax on the first $147,000 of taxable income. So that's 15.3%. By doing an S Corp election, putting yourself on payroll, you can really drive down how much of your income you have to pay that 15.3% at. Beyond the tax savings, it just offers an extra level of protection between the business owner's personal assets, say their home, and their business operation. So, no matter what business you operate, you're going to have some exposure to liability. So an entity like a corporation, like an LLC, it just puts that extra level of protection between the business and then what the owner has on their personal side.
Yeah, well, clearly a plethora of information that you always provide to us, Adam. We appreciate you being on the show. Where can our viewers get in touch with you for more tax help?
Yeah, like always, they can visit my website, triumphovertax.com, or feel free to pick up the phone. You can always give me a call, 619-591-9500.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. From our street to your street. Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on Your View.
Main Street Living celebrates Pride Month in partnership with Subaru of El Cajon, an extraordinary experience for everyone.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends. What's going on? It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Hey, look, if you're just getting with us, whether it's on TV, it's on radio, we were in the middle of a discussion. I'm going to assume YouTubers, you guys have been with us. We were in the middle of a discussion about Manny Machado. Let me just reset it for you. So Alex put up on the screen for everybody Manny Machado's stats so far this season. He is considered statistically the most irreplaceable player in all of baseball based on where we are through the first however many games it is, 60 some odd games. So you lose Manny Machado for what the Padres say is a month. Alex, you always say you never trust the Padres when it comes to injuries. When I saw Manny Machado miss first base with his toe, he didn't hit the front of the bag with his toe. He hit the middle of the bag with his heel. And when I saw it in slow motion, I went, oh my gosh, his ankle looks like Dak Prescott when he broke his leg, his ankle. I thought it was that bad. The Padres say a month. I don't know.
Padres haven't said a month.
Okay. Who said a month?
The doc said Dr. Chow said end of July is optimistic. And AC said at least a month.
Okay. So that's where I read it, at least a month.
Right,
And when I said the Padres said, I meant AC said, which means the Padres said.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about everybody else. That looked way worse than a month. What we just watched looked like potential season ender. And if we're lucky, it's a month. But presume this. You ready? And Alex, you could even look at the schedule for us. Between now and when the All-Star break ends, you're probably looking at, today is June 20th. I'm going to say the All-Star break is somewhere around like June 15, something like that, or July 15th, something like that. You're looking at, it could be 30 games without these two guys, without Machado and Tatis. So, Brown, I feel you. I do. I mean, if you lose Patrick Mahomes, whoever the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback is needs to step up. But you got to realize that he's not likely. He might be 65% of Patrick Mahomes. If Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, the next guy up is going to play, but he's not Aaron Rodgers. If Tom Brady gets hurt, the next guy up is going to play, but he's only 60% of Tom Brady. And if the Padres are lucky, the left side of their infield would be 60% of what Machado and Tatis would normally statistically be.
31 games between now and the All-Star break.
31 games between now and the time they come back after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
The Padres will miss 31 games. The Padres will not have Tatis and Machado for 31 games. Machado's been carrying them without Tatis. Now they won't have Machado or Tatis. Alex, you were about to say before we hit the commercial break, you were about to say what? I don't know what you're going to say.
I don't know what I was going to say either. Well, I will say that what also concerns me is not. Well, yeah, Machado's top of the list. Obviously, everyone's going to talk about that today. What's concerning to me is because what Browner said as well. You're being carried by the pitching staff. Well, this pitching staff will not have Joe Musgrove for another week. This pitching staff you now know what Blake Snell is. Like, there's no surprise with Blake. There's no more waiting with Blake. This is more than a year already of what Blake is. You have Mackenzie Gore, who's going to have his ups and downs. No rookie will ever come to the league and have a 1.5 ERA. That's just it's unheard of. So now he's having his downs.
Just don't pitch him against the Rockies.
Now he's having his downs. Mike Clevenger, you can't trust to stay healthy. Mania is, a 3.5 to 3.9 ERA guy who will look really good, and some days he'll look really good, some days he'll look really bad. And Darvish has been excellent. So this pitching staff that we were so confident in is now showing a little bit of weakness, a tiny, tiny bit. I'm not saying they look awful. I'm just saying, like, if they're not excellent, then this team is in trouble. So I think they're in trouble anyways. I think you just have to float. You have to tread water until those two guys come back. Luckily, Drake Cronenworth is hitting out of his spikes right now. Luke Voigt is becoming the guy that we thought he would become. So those two are positives. But right now, I'll say it, between now and the All-Star break, the Padres will be behind the Giants at the All-Star break. Because let's not forget them either. They're only 2.5 games behind the Padres right now.
3. That was 3.
No, they're 3 behind the Dodgers and 2.5 behind the Padres.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Brown. I mean, listen, I know I love your optimism. I do. But if you look again, Will Myers went out and nobody batted an eye, right? Did anybody go, oh no, Will Myers is out?
Yeah.
Now you got Myers and Tatis out. Now we're really screwed. Nobody said that.
No, because and even this guy, Nomar Mazara, that's come up for Myers is been much more productive than Myers was.
Right. So what I'm getting at is that your money is in Tatis, Machado, Myers, Hosmer. Myers went out and nobody cared. Nobody thought it was going to be impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Tatis has been out, and remarkably, they've played first place baseball. But now Machado, again, Alex, if you could put on the screen for everybody the numbers just to further illustrate for everybody who's watching and listening how impactful Machado was. By the way, does anybody have the story? Because I kind of tuned in. I was on a flight yesterday. What's with the blue hats with the brown uniforms yesterday?
Father's Day.
What's with the blue?
Father's Day.
What does blue with Father's Day mean?
Everybody was wearing blue hats yesterday.
I didn't know that.
They do it every year.
And somehow they determined blue to be father.
Pink for Mother's Day, blue for Father's Day.
Okay, missed it. Completely missed it. Not embarrassed to say I missed it. Go ahead.
Dumb.
All right.
Dumb.
Machado's numbers.
Man, you must have had a terrible Father's Day. Jesus Christ, Brown.
I know, bro. I loved Father's Day. I loved it yesterday.
He's be more of a downer.
Well, that's because of his teeth, and that's because of the medication that he's on. But you were saying about missing Manny.
Yeah. So he leads the Padres in every one of these categories. 328 average, 12 home runs, 46 RBIs, 400 on base percentage, and a WAR of 4, which is the best in baseball at this moment. So, I mean, I would love for CJ Abrams to come up here and not hit 190, but we'll see.
Y'all ready for me to make a declaration right now?
Okay, I'm ready.
I gave this some thought. I listened to you guys. I've given this a lot of thought. Here's my declaration.
Mm-hmm.
While Manny Machado is out,
Mm-hmm.
Eric Hosmer will be the superstar. Write it down.
Is that a declaration? Is that a prediction?
It's a Brown facts.
That's an outlandish statement? That's a hot take?
How do you define the superstar, by the way?
Put the logo up. Eric Hosmer, I almost forgot his name. Eric Hosmer. Eric Hosmer is about to go off. I'm telling you right now.
What does that mean, though?
Eric Hosmer is about, over this span, Eric Hosmer is going to hit between 280 and 310. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at about 8 home runs.
This is over the next 31 games. This is between now and the return of the second half of the season, post All-Star break. Eric Hosmer is going to hit between 280 and 310, hit about 8 home runs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how you calculate the WAR, so I'm not even going to get around and pretend with that.
What's the Padres' schedule? What's the Padres' record?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. You got 31 games, Brown.
Why don't we all do that?
Okay. There's no Machado. There's no Tatis. There's no Myers. Snell is what he is. You talk about an innings eater. Snell eats 5 innings. That's what he does. He eats 5 innings. He gives up a bunch of hits, some earned runs, a couple strikeouts here and there, a few walks. Snell is an innings eater, not Musgrove. You got Musgrove on the IL because of COVID. You got Mackenzie Gore, whose last 2 starts haven't been so solid. You got no Machado, no Tatis, no Myers. 31 games to go between now and the second half of the season, returning after the All-Star break. What's their record in the next 31 games?
17-14.
First of all, that's excellent math by you.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. 17-14. Okay. If they're 17-14 in the next 31 games, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Grande?
I was going to say 16-15.
If they're 16-15 over the next 31 games, that's incredible. 500 ball incredible.
This is who they play. Maybe we should have gone over that first, but
Yeah.
I already looked at it. But
Okay.
it's not like the murderer's row of teams, but it kind of is. Arizona, who's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Philly, who's been on a roll since they fired Girardi.
Okay.
The Dodgers for 4.
Oh no.
The Mariners,
but they're hurt too.
Right. The Mariners, who are
Terrible.
not good.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants at home for 4.
Ugh.
Back to Colorado, which is another sweep.
Mm-hmm.
That just doesn't.
And then Arizona again. So
those are the next 31 games?
Yes.
Okay, you ready? My prediction for the next 31 games?
This guy's about to kill us.
No, it's not going to be terrible. It's not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be. It's not going to be above 500.
Okay, what you got?
I'm going to say 13-18, which is only 5 games under 500. If the Padres can play 5 games under 500 over the course of the next 31, and then they get back Machado, who's my number one priority to get back. They get back Machado. They get back Tatis, Myers, whatever. But if they can play 5 games under 500 in the next 31, for the second half of the season, presuming everybody comes back, let's say you're 4 or 5 games, 6 games out of first place. Let's say San Francisco's 3 games out of first place. Dodgers are no automatic. I don't know what the Dodgers are going to be in the next 31 games because without Mookie Betts and without Walker Buehler, there's a lot of question marks there. But if the Padres,
I mean, look at that. We've been great on the road this year, so maybe hitting the road will help us lock our focus down.
Well, they're
It's at
back home.
but we have problems.
Well, they're home
yeah.
right now.
Right, we have problems here because it's so great here.
Well, they're home.
So great. So
Starting
the
today.
beach, the weather's gonna be great. The chicks are hot. It's just hard, man. It's hard to focus.
When the All-Star break comes around, I think it'll be the Giants in first place, the Dodgers in second, and the Padres in third.
okay, and again, 13-18 is my number. 13-18 over the next 31 games. If the Padres are in third place and they come back to start the second half of the season and Manny's back and Fernando's back,
It's a big if.
they're both monster
They're
ifs.
monster ifs.
I'll make this guarantee. Brown, are you ready? You made a proclamation. We called it Brown Facts. I'll make this proclamation for you. You ready? When the All-Star break ends, you will not have Machado at third and Tatis at short to start the second half of the season. You'll be lucky. You'll be lucky to have one of the two. Yeah,
Which one? Which one?
the one that I give the better chance of playing starting the second half of the season, I give Tatis the better chance.
Yeah, I do. I genuinely think just from just watching the video, and I know people are like, oh, he's putting pressure on it. Yeah, but like, I don't know. That looked terrible. It looked awful.
unless it requires surgical repair. I honestly believe with the amount of money that this guy has and the amount of money that the Padres have put into this organization, the medical staff, I think we are more likely to see Manny Machado than we are to see Fernando Tatis, and that sucks to say because we are waiting on his bones to heal. We're not waiting. I think this is more of a tendon issue.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So,
I mean,
how about more predictions?
John, I haven't analyzed him. You know what I mean? Like I haven't done like a full medical report.
I haven't looked at the foot either.
I haven't studied the X-rays or the MRIs, and even if I did, I wouldn't know what I was looking at. I'm just telling you, watching it. Play it one more time, Alex. Show everybody this video one more time. And then, by the way, what we'll do is we'll compare it to the Mookie Betts situation. When watch the second highlight of this. Watch the second replay here. When he goes down, I mean, like you can see his ankle, like watch this pop, and then as he rolls over, look at what it looks like here. Look at that. That thing looks dislocated. It doesn't look sprained.
Well,
but he also wears a pad under there, like so it's a shin guard.
It's not under there.
His ankles are taped. I'm pretty sure he's got like some type of brace on his ankles.
Why?
I think. What?
What?
Because preparation. As an athlete,
you have
to
an
have
ankle brace and taped like he's playing football
or basketball. Yeah. Quick movements at third base, man. You got to go side to side, east to west, real quick. Your ankles, your lateral movement has to be top.
I'd be pretty surprised if guys are getting their ankles taped in baseball like they are in football and basketball.
The doc said end of July is optimistic for both Machado and Tatis, and he hasn't been wrong about Tatis yet. So End of July is so after the All-Star break at New York Mets for 3, at the Tigers for 3, and then home for the Twins at the end of July. And then starting in August, it's the Rockies for 5. Oh my God, 5-game series. The hell is that?
What is this, a
Can
playoff
we stop
series?
playing the Rockies?
Damn.
Yeah, at the start of the year, it sounded great to play the Rockies. Now I'm like, get them away from us.
Well, I'm just telling you right now, I got 13 and 18, and I think that's pretty darn
I'm
optimistic.
circling at Dodgers versus Giants as a return for both.
Okay,
August
by the way,
5th.
yeah, and let me just tell you something. Let's say both come back, right? Tatis will be playing in his first games of the year,
Mhm.
and Machado will have gone from the hottest player in baseball and an MVP candidate to what? What will he be? Like, do you expect Machado to walk back in August 1st and be what he's been the first
Yes.
half of the season?
Yeah. This is the best start to his career ever.
Well,
so I
what
think you're going to continue to see the same thing.
Why? He will have
Preparation, mindset, focus.
dude, he will have been put on ice for 6 or 7 weeks. The likelihood of him coming back and being as like picking up where he left off. I'm just saying.
I thought I was negative today.
No, dude. No, listen. I'm the Manny Machado injury is a complete game changer for the
Agreed.
Padres.
But you can DH him, so he doesn't have to really put any stress or tension on the foot until he's ready to go back to third.
But
you can DH him at the plate.
Right. But what I'm getting at is my expectation is that if he's out for 6 weeks, when he comes back, he doesn't pick up where he left off. It's going to take him time, and he may not get as hot as he once was.
This is like the worst case scenario for the Padres right now. It is the absolute
that's true.
worst case scenario. Like, I don't care how optimistic you are. There's no way around it. You don't have your 2 best players going forward. Okay, we can talk about a month. The truth is, we don't know. Nobody knows how long it's going to be. Nobody. The Padres don't know today. Nobody knows how long today. As we sit here doing this show, no one in the world knows how long both these guys will be out, and that is a nightmare for any Padres fan.
Well, see, Brown, this all started with you ain't got these scars, dog. I know the way this goes.
I ain't worried about that.
I know the way this goes.
I ain't worried about that.
We're going to talk about this mofo jinxing another lefty young pitcher too.
Yes, I will talk about it in 1 second. Before I do, I just want to say one thing. Mountain Trust Mortgage and Realty Services, our man Gary Cooper, 858-376-1299, 858-376-1299. You're driving down the road right now, and you've heard me say that number for years and years. You won't remember it, but then you're going to contact me when you need it. 858-376-1299. I got a Gary was on the show last week, and he was telling us about a listing he had from a great friend's listener. That same listener reached out to me on like a Facebook direct message, and he said, "Hey, thanks a lot for connecting me with Gary. He's great. He's doing a great job for me." And I wrote back to him and I said, "Well, thank you, because you allowed Gary the opportunity to earn your business." And that's what Gary like always says to people. Just give me a chance to earn your business. That's all. And so this listener did, and he's really happy. Gary's got a listing on his house. Gary's going to sell his house. Listener's going to make a lot of money. Good for him. MountainTrustMortgage.com, MountainTrustRealty.com. Look, I'm no real estate expert, but I do like to follow the market. And I can just tell you, between rising interest rates, all of a sudden there is greater demand. There's greater inventory and not quite as much demand. And so something's cooling off in the housing market. I have a buddy of mine who listed his house, thought for sure comps in the neighborhood, he was going to make a lot of money. Listed the house 2 weeks, not one bite. I'm in Carlsbad. I'm telling you, like, great neighborhood, price to sell, nothing. Things have slowed down. You need a professional's advice? Call Gary, 858-376-1299, 858-376-1299. All right, Grande, so you say Browner jinxed somebody else. What happened?
Well, last season, we all remember Brian Weathers had a couple of good starts, and then Browner proclaimed him the Padres' best pitcher is Ryan Weathers.
I didn't do it like that.
And then what happened? He went in the tank. He went down the toilet. He still hasn't recovered. You see what he did last week in that spot start?
God, they started him last week, and it was a disaster. And they were like, leave him out there. It's fine.
Yeah, we're just going to send him back down anyways. Who cares? Yeah. This season,
he'll be back.
Even though he buried him last season, which I played the video, he will never play for the San Diego Padres. You will never see him, blah, blah, blah. Mackenzie Gore comes out, has a few really good starts. And what does this man do? Immediately, what does he do? This is the Padres' best pitcher, Mackenzie Gore. Better than Musgrove, better than Darvish. If I'm starting a playoff game, it's Mackenzie Gore tomorrow. How's that worked out since, Brown?
As long as it ain't against the Rockies, I'm gonna be all right.
How has it worked out since, Alex?
His last 2 starts, he's looking like Ryan Weathers out there.
Take the Rockies out. Take the Rockies out, and then it don't look like that.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
Both of these last 2 games that Mackenzie Gore started, they were both against Colorado. He's 0-2. He's only pitched 6.1 innings. Gosh, ERA of 14.
No, he gave up 14 runs.
Okay,
his ERA is 20.66.
Thank you. I was reading this for the first time. Walks,
7 walks,
7, and 4 strikeouts. Jeez.
Once at home, once in Colorado, so you can't blame Coors for both. So Browner did it again.
Wow.
Again.
He also did this to Snell early in the season when he's like, I wouldn't trade Snell. Snell's he's an ace. He's our guy. Snell. Gore. Clevenger. All 3 ass.
Hear that, Browner? All 3 ass.
All 3.
Listen, man. Again, dudes, people are going through things, ebbs and flows of the baseball season. Man, we're gonna be out. My guys gonna be all right. My guys are proven, with the exception of Gore. My guys are proven.
Hey, when you say ebbs and flows,
but they haven't proven it here. That's the problem.
When you say ebbs and flows, you going to give any credit to Mike Trout for 5 home runs in 5 games?
Ooh.
That's an ebb and a flow.
No, don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's an ebb and a flow.
Look at.
Did they win? What's their record?
They won 4 of their last 5 games. Look at your boy too, man. Like, you can't even say it's this year. This year, Blake's now 0-4. A 5.46 ERA. But his career in San Diego has been that.
Wait,
That's
hold it. Hold that thought. Hold on. We'll pick it up from here because Alex thinks that Browner has put the jinx on a couple of the Padre pitchers. We still haven't talked about the Dodgers, which we'll get to coming right back. This is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company. You need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company. You need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westville High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jorge. And from St. Joe Chavez Middle School, Zar Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
I thought I was okay. I had a degree, I had work experience. I should be able to provide for my kids. But they're just things that you don't plan on in life.
My husband got laid off and we are a family of 5.
My mom was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. I would ask the doctors, what can I do? And they would just say, just make sure she's eating. Our lives just changed completely. Thank God that we always had a plate of food.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the Mightier1090.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Wave got a 3-0 win against Gotham FC on Sunday. Alex Morgan scored 2 goals and had an assist in the win. It was Morgan's 3rd multi-goal game of the year. She extends her season goal total to 11, maintaining her spot as the top goal scorer in the NWSL. Morgan's assist came on a goal by Mackenzie Doniak. It was Doniak's first goal of the season with the Wave. Gotham FC came close to avoiding the shutout late, but the Wave's defense ultimately stayed strong and held on to the clean sheet. San Diego will now go on an international break for the remainder of June. When they return, they'll take on the Washington Spirit on July 3rd. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
What's going on to all the great friends that watch the show on television here on Cox Your View? What you're about to see will never be heard on radio, won't be seen on YouTube, no audio podcast. This is just for you here on Cox Your View.
Oh, shit. It's actually 6 minutes.
Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, great friends. Those of you who are watching on Cox, on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, or anywhere in Southern California on the Cox Your View network, we had been promoting for a long time Egg Fest down in Chula Vista. And on the weekend of, let's see, it was June 12th, Sunday, June 12th. That's when the event went down. So Grande Brown Man, let's show all of the Cox viewers what they missed. Did you guys have fun? This was a great event. I loved it.
More importantly, there was lots of food, lots and lots and lots of food.
Yeah. There were also a lot of listeners that came down.
A lot of listeners, yeah.
A lot of listeners who live in the South Bay area that were like, hey, I knew you guys were going to be nearby, so I came over. And by the way, here's one thing that's interesting. Not only were there a lot of listeners, a lot of female listeners, which I thought was super cool. And what I hear from the ladies is, I love it when you guys talk sports, but I really love it even more when you guys aren't talking sports.
Yeah, it's when you bring, this much sex appeal to a show, you get a different audience, Scott,
Facts.
I know.
Facts.
Sexy.
I mean, look at these 3 mugs,
Totally.
That saying face for radio doesn't apply here.
Hey, there was one lady that showed up, 62 years old, white woman. All she wanted to do was talk about how Browner's her boyfriend. And I'm like, see, Brown? I'm like, this is your demo, man.
That's right.
Alex, show us, what are we going to take a look at? So this is exclusive for Cox. I mean, we'll talk about this on air, but this is stuff you're only going to see here on Cox Channel 4 in Your View. What are we going to look at here first, Alex?
What do you want to look at first? You have Browner being a drone videographer. You have pictures of food. You have we talked to Brian after.
All right, let's do this. Let's start off with food, because that's what Egg Fest was really all about. It was all about the food, right? So what are you going to show us here? Let's take a look.
This stole the show, right?
I mean, you gotta. Right. Yeah. Pig on the big green egg. Which to me doesn't look great, but it was pretty damn good. Nah, it doesn't look good.
Oh, it looks. When I walked in, that was the first thing I saw. I walked in to the left. This guy had that big green egg wide open. I was like, well, I know where I'm camping. This is where I'm going right here.
I couldn't eat it, man. It was too much. It was too close to looking like a real pig, man.
Well, it was a real pig.
It was a real pig.
I like to eat my food anonymously. I don't like it. I don't like to look at it and then put it in my mouth. I couldn't do that.
When I get a burger, it's just a burger.
Right.
I don't need to see the cow that it came from.
Bro.
Right.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't eat it, man.
Any other Any other food shots that we should take a look at? Because you like the pig. We didn't really love the pig.
Did you guys end up trying the bacon wrapped Oreo?
I did not try the bacon wrapped Oreo, but I think on the right side here, there's a bacon wrapped piece of chicken. Is that what that is?
No, it was a pork belly.
Oh, that's the pork belly. Oh, and what's that little sandwich you got going there?
Pulled pork sandwich.
Dude, that looks good.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really good.
You know what's funny is that this whole time you just keep going from tent to tent to tent to tent, eating. I didn't take any pictures at all. Like the only reason I took a picture of the bacon wrapped Oreo was because I was going to text it to my lady. I was like, dude, they got bacon wrapped Oreos here.
You said they were pretty bomb though.
Okay, so it's really it was confusing. It really was confusing. You take a bite and your mouth is like, what are you doing? What are you doing right now? And then the more you eat it, you're like, yeah, this is actually fantastic.
How about
bacon wrapped Oreo?
How about any pictures? Any pictures you got, Alex, of us with lots of listeners that were down? Because that was fun. That to me was a lot of fun. Hanging out with great friends. Oh, look at this crew right here. This is a great crew. Fat Tony's in the house. Tommy. This couple right here, they're wonderful. I love these two to my left. And then my friend Suzanne is on the far left. But this is a really wonderful couple, drinking beers, supporting. That was great. Anybody else? Oh, this lady right here. She works for the county of San Diego. What a sweetheart she is. She gave me her phone number. I went to text her to give her my phone number, and she gave me a landline. So I maybe I put the wrong phone number in. I don't know. Who else?
Girlfriend?
Oh, Browner's girlfriend. This woman. She's like, I love
boo?
Browner.
What's up, boo?
That's your girl, huh, Brown?
Yeah, that's my girl right there. Shout out.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. She gave me her Instagram.
Her husband
handle.
understand.
Her husband was like, I get it. That's Cheryl Delaney, by the way. Cheryl
Her husband
Delaney
was like, take her.
Hey, Alex, show us the video. I know I talked to Brian a little bit. He was super excited about how the day went down. Show us that video if you could. Let's take a look. Yo, so we promoted Eggfest for a long time. And today, Brian Bushfield, what do you think?
Huge success. Big. Look at it. We got 20 chefs, 40 eggs.
20 chefs, 40 eggs. We're walking in circles.
Tailing off. We would have been here an hour ago. We couldn't have done this video. There were so many people. Beer garden, huge success.
Yeah, and we did so much of the promotion besides radio was exclusive on Cox. So for everybody that's watching on Cox, dude, way to come out and support. Nice.
Right. And I mean, if you're thinking about advertising, Scott, Kaplan and crew, Cox Cable, way to go.
Thank you for that. Oh, hey, it's unsolicited. There you go. Thank you, Brian.
Unsolicited.
God, I'm fat. I got to lose weight. I need to lose.
Come on, man. That's what you saw.
Dude, I got to lose 15 to 20 pounds. Hey, look, bottom line is this. To all the Cox Your View viewers out there, we really appreciate your support. And we'll keep on doing this where there's just Cox exclusive content.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
What keeps me coming back is just learning more about myself in the classroom. And as I learn more about myself, I can share more about myself with my students, and I can open up more and care more and love more and teach more by example.
Teaching is just one of those things that if you have a heart for it, you've found your place, and I have found my place. I get to help little people realize what it means to learn something for the first time, and that's something like reading that will be with them for the rest of their lives.
Still a little bit overwhelmed, maybe a little bit surprised. You know, you don't go into teaching for awards, you go into teaching because you sincerely believe you can make a difference in young people's lives, and that's kind of what got me into the field in the first place.
We use our phones to order our food, catch a ride, share our stories, and so much more. SDCCU made banking from your mobile device easy too. You can do so much, get up-to-date account balances, check on pending deposits, transfer money, deposit checks, and more. Safely and securely all through the convenience of your smartphone. SDCCU. It's not big bank banking, it's better.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.